Welcome back to our channel. Today we're talking about President Joe Biden's recent comments to Democratic governors about limiting evening events and the reactions to his debate performance. Let's dive into the details. During a meeting with Democratic governors on Wednesday evening, President Joe Biden suggested that he might limit evening events after 8 p.m. to get more sleep. This came after a less than stellar debate performance that left many Democrats anxious about his ability to serve and campaign for re-election. According to sources familiar with the exchange, Biden joked about his health, saying, "It's just my brain," before adding, "All kidding aside." Biden campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon clarified that he was clearly making a joke. California Governor Gavin Newsom, a Biden surrogate and potential future Democratic presidential candidate, explained that Biden's 8 p.m. comment was not literal. Newsom said, "It was more of a rhetorical framework of just being fit and rested because he was burning at both ends." The campaign defended Biden's remarks, emphasizing the importance of a balanced schedule. Campaign spokesman Kevin Munoz noted that previous presidents like George W. Bush and Barack Obama also maintained balanced schedules, contrasting this with Donald Trump's activities. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre pointed out that managing a balanced schedule is normal for presidents, and Biden's focus on rest is part of maintaining his energy and effectiveness. Since the debate, Democrats have expressed frustration over Biden's performance and the handling of the response by him and his staff. This has led to ongoing discussions about his campaign strategy and overall readiness for re-election. In addressing these concerns, Biden reassured governors that he had seen a doctor post-debate aiming to ease worries about his health and stamina. What are your thoughts on President Biden's remarks and the reactions to his debate performance? Do you think limiting evening events is a good strategy for maintaining energy and focus? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, President Joe Biden's recent medical checkup following the CNN presidential debate and the White House's response to inquiries about his health. Let's get into the details. In the days following last week's CNN presidential debate, President Joe Biden was examined by his physician. This comes after White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre initially stated that the president had not had any medical exams since his February physical. So, what exactly happened? On Wednesday, CNN asked Karine Jean-Pierre during a press briefing if President Biden had received any medical exams since his February physical. Jean-Pierre responded, "We were able to talk to his doctor about that, and that is a no." However, a White House official later clarified that Biden was seen by his doctor after the debate for a brief checkup regarding a cold, not a formal physical. This clarification came after Politico reported that Biden told more than 20 Democratic governors in a private meeting that he had undergone a medical checkup and was fine. White House spokesman Andrew Bates stated, "Several days later, the president was seen to check on his cold and was recovering well. But there's more." During the same press briefing, Jean-Pierre was asked whether the president had been checked out by his doctor around the debate because of his cold. She responded, "He did not get checked out by the doctor. It's a cold, guys, it's a cold." CNN has since asked the White House for further clarification on this matter. Questions about Biden's fitness for office and his ability to seek a second term have intensified following his debate performance. Biden privately acknowledged to an ally that the upcoming days are critical for his re-election bid, although the White House and campaign insist he is not considering ending his campaign. Top advisors have repeatedly cited Biden's aggressive schedules during international travel as evidence of his vitality. However, Biden's explanation that his poor debate performance was due to grueling foreign travel, despite having nearly 2 weeks back in the States before the debate, has raised further questions. Jean-Pierre did not initially mention travel fatigue and jet lag as factors in Biden's debate performance. When pressed by CNN, she said, "I was so focused on the cold." But yes, his schedule did have something to do with it. It was the schedule and the cold. What do you think about the White House's response to questions about President Biden's health and debate performance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Major Democratic donors urge Biden to drop out after debate performance. Sent backlash from major Democratic donors, including Abigail Disney, against President Joe Biden following his debate performance. We analyze the implications for Biden's campaign and the potential impact on the Democratic Party. Join the conversation and share your thoughts in the comments below. Following a disappointing debate performance, several key Democratic donors are calling for Biden to drop out of the presidential race. Let's break it down. President Joe Biden is facing significant backlash from some of his party's wealthiest donors. Abigail Disney, the granddaughter of Roy O. Disney, who co-founded the Walt Disney Company, has announced she will no longer fund the Democratic Party until Biden drops out of the race. In a statement to CNBC, she said, "I intend to stop any contributions to the party unless and until they replace Biden at the top of the ticket. This is realism, not disrespect. Biden is a good man and has served his country admirably, but the stakes are far too high. If Biden does not step down, the Democrats will lose. Of that I am absolutely certain. The consequences for the loss will be genuinely dire." Abigail Disney is not alone in this sentiment. Gideon Stein, president of the Mariah Fund, has also decided to pause planned donations totaling $3.5 million. He stated, "Joe Biden has been a very effective president, but unless he steps aside, my family and I are pausing more than $3 million in planned donations to nonprofits and political organizations aligned with the presidential race, with the exception of some down-ballot work. Virtually every major donor I've talked to believes that we need a new candidate to defeat Donald Trump." This wave of discontent among donors follows Biden's struggle during the recent debate against former President Donald Trump. The debate performance has left many Democrats worried about his ability to win the upcoming election. A New York Times Siena College poll conducted after the debate showed Biden trailing Trump by 6 percentage points among likely voters. This poll has added fuel to the fire for those calling for Biden to step down. Abigail Disney has also suggested that Vice President Kamala Harris could be a strong alternative to Biden. She argued, "We have an excellent vice president. If Democrats would tolerate any of her perceived shortcomings, even 1/10 as much as they have tolerated Biden's, and let's not kid ourselves about where race and gender figure in that inequity. And if Democrats can find a way to stop quibbling and rally around her, we can win this election by a lot." Karla Jurvetson, another major Democratic donor, has also hinted at pausing her donations until Biden steps down. According to a source familiar with her remarks, she expressed agreement with the sentiment during a private donor call. Jurvetson has donated over $5 million to Democrats this cycle, including over $200,000 to the Biden Victory Fund. In 2020, she contributed more than $30 million to Democratic causes. With these influential donors pulling back their support, the Democratic Party faces a critical juncture. Will Biden heed the calls from within his own party, or will he continue his campaign? Only time will tell. What do you think about this donor uprising against President Biden? Do you believe he should step down, or should he continue his campaign? Share your thoughts.